thing that's really important to really talk about is resistance. If I had a movie and like the little slogan of the movie would be like, the little subtitle would be like Earth, the place where everybody wants to kill you, right? You're very much at odds with nature when it comes to Earth, right? It's a loving place, but if you're not careful, you can get yourself into a lot of trouble. Right. So how this works into what I'm talking about is there's this sort of collective fear in seemingly eccentric ideas and dreams, because you have a whole lot of like jealousy and envy worked into the fabric of our culture. If you have a new idea, an innovative idea, there are a lot of other people out there that are jealous of the fact that you have that and they don't, or they have that and they don't want you to have it. So you're always met with resistance. And at this point, I think a lot of people shy away from trying to make an impact because that resistance is there. Mm-hmm. They fear rejection. They fear loss. They fear that dream not coming to fruition. And the one thing that you just really need to understand is that you have to push through that shit. You know, you know, Steve Jobs got fired from his own company in the very beginning, from Macintosh, from his own company. Mm-hmm. And that motherfucker came back and, you know, everybody knows who Apple is today. It's like you don't shy away from the resistance that you feel to any one sort of endeavor. That resistance is the absolute best catalyst for growth that you have, because that resistance is going to show you where you're at in your journey, where you're showing up, where you need to spend more time. I think the most important thing is to not fear that resistance that comes up while you're trying to manifest your dreams. And the ego, perfect example, because the ego is based in this sort of 3D, because it's a part of nature. It has an instinctual sort of impulse to react with fear every now and again. So if you have an idea that comes up and you start romanticizing a really important dream, that same ego, and this is the cleverness of the ego that I notice, and I think other people notice too, especially when we put so much trust in it, which is it's the same ego that will say, you know what, that's a great idea. You should definitely do that. I fully support that. That same ego is the ego that's going to psych you out of not doing it. So the ego plays both sides of the fence. Oh. And this is the little scoundrel that it is. And this is the reason why you shouldn't take all of your advice and guidance from your own ego. You should take it from your heart. Mm-hmm. So if you have an idea, don't rely on your ego in order to help you manifest your dreams. You can create the idea with your ego, and then you bring it into your heart, which is that one sort of area of your body that moves.